our program once more on the Then and Now program, and I am your host and presenter, coming to you live today. The host and presenter of the program coming to you live today on a Saturday, a brilliant, beautiful Saturday, and I hope you're getting me loud and clear. Okay.
Sure.
It's a very special program, and we're just about to kick off. Earlier on, you heard we heard a beautiful, beautiful song, and that song they happen for be from an artist we're very present in the studio here today, and we about to commence the program. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Then and Now program. I will let the people that we get today for this very special program introduce themselves. Okay, and for begin with, the man who has spotlight now, I don't know whether he see himself. Okay. Yeah, if you can kindly introduce yourself to the audience, I mean, who you are and what you do. So at least I give you the honor for do that instead of me. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. The people out there, this now Jada Vizzle, CEO and founder of Mercury Records, I'm a producer, songwriter, and a sound engineer.
Wow, yeah. That sounds really heavy. I mean, they tell you now, say this is heavy, and just imagine this is not the first man, a record writer, a producer, and a sound engineer. It make like think about, here like then people that like Dr. Dre, them, and this not possible we get, here for we self-set. Let me go to the second brother. Let me see waiting itself getting store, here for we, because the people that will get out today, family, they're really, really heavy. And brother, if you can introduce yourself, please.
Fambule una kusheo. This now una brother, una friend, una cousin and all. This now Obi Phrase. I happen to be the Sierra Leone music ambassador to Europe, based in Finland, and me one of the founders of Ripster Culture and the then task force chairman of the Sierra Leone Musicians Union, the founder of the Sierra Leone Reggae Union, and at one time, I head Amarakabain Nation, a foundation of Sierra Leone, and I even lead Amarakabain band at the Netherlands as the leading singer. But now I run me on Ripster Culture. This is Obi Phrase. Thank you.
Wow. I mean, the vibes is so heavy. Obi Phrase. I hope say family they catch the buzzwords them, the very well charged words them. An ambassador, that big word, an ambassador, a representative of the Sierra Leone music industry in a foreign country in Europe. And this man is based, I believe, in Finland. And they don't do so much, within the music industry. And una we know, una know. I'll go to the final man for the introduction here this afternoon. And hello, sir. Will you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Lake, a born Sierra Leonean too, music producer, a professional DJ, a great pioneer. I set up Majestic Records now. Sierra Leone, we've been help like young talents. So we've been the car up for a very long time. I've been getting this project on, and they're on the spotlight. So I still do this work. Like it's not like I do them for monetary issues or for anything. I just do them for like bless my brothers with new talents and help them out and see how best they can push the talents them out there. That's just I think say that's all. Yeah, bro.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And Fambul and Lekubile stay. We don't hear it from the three gentlemen that we're about for talk to this afternoon. And these are about concerns about the music industry. And you can't have them better than these three people that we don't bring come. For can't talk about this industry than the three people that we was introduced. I mean, all of them, the CV is heavy. If you were to put together that CV day, able for sink one old boat, then all na some kind of producer of a kind. All don't help, shape the music industry in the country. Then all have been generous, philanthropic, if you like, spending your money for raise the industry from the condition which it finds itself. My first question will go to Mr. Obi Freeze, the ambassador, Salone Music Ambassador. And when we say Salone Music Ambassador, not just ambassador, by the way, this is not official business now they tell you about. So official business. This man is officially accredited to Europe as a music ambassador from the government of Sierra Leone, the music industry sector from the government of Sierra Leone to Europe. So it represents a wide body of professionals. So Mr. Obi Freeze, I wanted to talk about music yesterday and today. But before we talk about today, obviously we get to talk about yesterday. Give me a little bit of yourself, how you manage to come up to the level Usa you did, waiting draw you come into music, where you become so passionate about will make you now a singer, record producer, and writer, songwriter, and an ambassador. How you manage to walk your way to that kind of heavy position there, please?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah, no worries.
For this wonderful question. If I can throw light to that, a very passionate thing for me in my life. And it came way back from 1991, where Sierra Leone began for fete. We senseless and brutal rebel war. You know? Then we all in the fear, say the entire country will be plagued with the war from 1991. You can imagine. But it not me happen that way. The war left na the provincial areas for over 9 years. Now at the tail end of the war, the fete really come na Freetown. So like women in Freetown, we really afraid because we get a lot of pictures, a lot of images, a lot of videos, a lot of information about waiting they happen at the provincial areas, how then they kill people, you know? Yeah. So it means so terrifying. By then, they live in a church. I'm a chorister by then. Mm-hmm. But they serve as the assistant choir master at the church where we go. Then I say no. I feel it is the right time for me to come out and begin to sensitize with people then about peace. But the people that were really mentor me in a way, I could say this clearly, the Freetown players, Charlie Afner. I'm always fond of Charlie Afner and the Freetown players, the kind of way they sing with their cappella. Na, 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 na. So that means they part of me. Understand? So I say, no, myself, I come with something where we're able to transform the minds of Sierra Leoneans. We engage in violence. Sierra Leoneans, the way they don't misuse. Sierra Leoneans, the way they don't drug. Sierra Leoneans, the way they don't really paid for make them become fighters against them brothers and sisters, destroying the nation. So there and then, I start the writter culture team. Begin to compose songs about peace. That we want peace, we want love. You know, we come with the fear. Say this, what will come? A Freetown. And if people they die, because the picture they see, hey, you yourself, it's very, very terrifying. So I say, no, who know can die now, who people don't die. The best you can do, more sensitize yourself, and we will change the story. And for change the story, everybody in responsibility. So that and give me the urge for go into the music, because music are without borders. You can sing music now today, tomorrow in Germany, the next day in France, the next day the music they work up as you self will sing the music. So the CC for me use that as a driving force for send with message, make it go across. So basically, now that really spun me into the music industry with passion for preach peace, love, and harmony. We make day like today arise to the rank of Sierra Leone Music Ambassador. But before that, like I may say, I head the Sierra Leone Musicians Union as the Sierra Leone Musicians Union Task Force Chairman, and head other big musical platforms in Sierra Leone. So now this I will say concerning that.
Thank you very much. What a journey. Okay, I think we lost in audio there. So let's just move on straight to Jada Vizzle. Jada Vizzle, you hear me?
I did get you, sir.
Okay, let's just move on to you straight away. So a similar question, which is you look like a very young man, but your portfolio look kind of heavy. So what attract you? What attract you to the music industry of Salone up to a point where you?
Not a young man, no, not a young man. All guys is please.
Okay. up to a point, Usai you did so, and what attract you? You know, for organize the industry, then they for write song, produce song, and set up basically like a studio. Usai they encourage young people and for come and do recording. How this journey begin, basically?
Not to be like easy journey, anyways. If I can start with that, because me, as I they grew up, like me, mama been the sing with family, they don't get church, then they can't keep service and house and all that. But I was never interested in doing music. I not even the things that I go to music. I go to musician. I not be. Like, that not be the camp by myself. That thought not be even inside me. But it reached a points wherein, as a young man, while they grow up, I kind of mix with the wrong crowd, kind of go away first for a little bit, then at streets, do some like a lot of stuff that like basically I live out in the streets. But it reached a point wherein I get a consciousness wherein the only thing will be to calm me down na music. Because me now get temper. Like anytime I listen to music, like I dey calm down. So I start paying attention to that, and all of a sudden the transformation begin wherein from nowhere I start loving music, and I decide for begin do music, sing music, begin mind music them. Then I get for grow interest in how then they make the music. Becoming a man, I always want to be part of every single thing what they do. I want to know how, even if I not get for do one, but I want to know how then they do one. So I will get like full control over anything where I want to do. That's the kind of person where I be. So I kind of try for learn until I can get opportunity for begin work with a music record label what they call Forensic Records. When I start for record me music them, right. Then I see how then they make the music. I'm like, okay, this thing, Mr. Sek, I feel like able to do one. So I just try. I just make a try. Like, okay, let me just give them a try. Maybe it will be possible for me. Then since then, there was no coming back. I start making beats, writing my own songs. People in the liquid they do. And like, okay, I begin write songs for people. Then they kind of still record to me. Then boom, that's it. I don't tell the producer. And from there, I never stop. I don't do the music for up to 17 years now. I never stop. Like every day I'm on it. Okay. So basically, that they bring me this far.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Look, I just go to the third and final portion before we go into the inside of the program, and this will be my good friend, Mr. Joseph Kingsley, who obviously get the honors for introducing himself. So, Joe, the same question go to you. I know say you get passion for music. I see you the DJ. I see you love for music, but not on this level. So tell us a little bit how the journey to this point, Usa with this, so where all about you. When I look you surrounding, is all about music. Before then, they see other things, but now when I look at you, it's music. So how this thing begin to Usa with this? So now, give you an idea, please.
First of all, I just want to thank you because we discussed about this music stuff, say like salon music a little bit, because people like we not so like about the money we do salon music for, not just the passion and push with music like go out there. You know what I mean? And waiting like people like we see like we pastor and say they get calling. Some of we will just get calling to waiting they call entertainment. There are people who are just born with it. I meet some family, like from my daddy, all and it's just like, you know, so like from there, I just generate, go into music. I not even be DJ, I just have so much music in my head. So like most times I do like at the club, they play with big guys and a disco, like I'm just doing for fun out of go school, you know. But me, you know, 99, we all moved to Gambia because of the war.
Yeah.
There was nothing to do before I started Idol. I engaged myself into like, you know, most of the clubs in Gambia, I was very popular there. This was not, let me do between 1999 to 2010 at Gambia. As I said, Timberlake, they know straight up who that is guy. You know what I mean? So like from radio to like this thing, I look say this thing, I mean, man, there's something inside. I get something where they urge me say you need to help people. So like I've been learning for play guitar was small, they play drums, they play like bass guitar. But last I'm going to produce, let me try. So like I've been meeting with this guy now, maybe they give me a group when they call the Boys. Yeah. Long back in the 80s, the Middle America short guys and so they call them the Boys. One band in Gambia, or the two of them, when they produce it. So now from there I begin pick up for land small. You know, so me say for you know it's I say me man, if that guy can do music, now what a man and get it like me. Why me say no stand they produce now host the talents that I play, I don't go see anything they do. You know, but sometimes we got projects, we got a group Gambia, like in the evening we're less busy because I mean most of them guys and they so like okay, not say could I go sing land a cappella half of stuff we lost with voice box them. You cannot make a post they teach we don't know whether they go up or they go down. That makes some of them sing loud again. You know? So after the 10 they go to a studio, meet one Nigerian guy. I don't forget his name. I buy it in church. I'll be very popular church in Serikunda. Pastor Forbes in church. Yeah. They been got studio there.
Yeah.
This guy was the guy they bluff. I never seen kind of this world. Prince. Simple thing for good for people. They bluff all kind of bluff. Tell me, man. I say I get this feeling. Say we're able to do better than this guy. I say we said it's not tribe. Look, Lana host by force. I say not to magic. Not just effort. And Lana begin learn so. You got to play instruments. So the only thing was like going to the program and learn it. It don't even take me 2 months. I begin produce songs. Then begin get customers there around. So like I go for Move Camp Freetown. We open Majestic Records. But what you get for do? Talents and they can't up. You see, this now raw talents them and then ready for going to the business. But there's no resource. So I've been help them actually. I've been help them. They on the record for free. I've been over 20 artists already signed on my label for free. I just been doing albums there. We can't miss a can't say album now. Even as now as I talk to you, there are most of them out there too, bro. So now some of your journey pass, you know.
Right, and we come gradually. I understand. Say you don't change name as well because earlier on, we know you as Timberlake now. I think you cut a short, which is Mr.
Anyway, I cut a short. Why change my name? You can remember one Bobby in Gambia when they call this call, but don't die.
Oh dear, may soul rest in peace.
They've been very close to also even there. Remember the name Auntie Lizzie, Yala woman so. For no
yeah.
I know Skull. I know Skull.
Call, let me call me always Mr.
Skull. I know Skull. Aladdin. Now Aladdin is picking
me 24/7. Always they call me Mr. Lake. So after Skull died, I changed my name from Timberlake to Mr. Lake. Because it was my
Skull, he like the music business as well. He always get a jingle and
then always a little host to me. 24/7 to me.
You get one boy
so I changed my name from Timberlake to Mr. Lake. You know?
Okay, thank you very much for that history there. Piece of history. And I'm glad you go straight to Obi Phrase. Obi Phrase, the industry obviously don't develop into something else than waiting will be known. Back in the days, I know say before we come live, we've been hearing the conversation briefly about the legends of the past and people that we don't try for the industry. But obviously, inside the industry, they so a kind of different, and people like Kuna, especially as ambassador, obviously get concerns and legitimate concerns. But before we go to them concerns the day of now, give me a brief background, if you will, about the past. Like artists then we struggled on the industry, what the industry was like, what were the big names then, and sort of big hits then back then, and what did the industry been generally look like?
Well, I feel say anything that this world gets in Genesis. And we can never reach the Exodus if we not reach and try to visit the Genesis. you know. And if we reach and visit the Genesis, we'll take them from then calendar.
Yeah.
Calendar in this, understand? Calendar, I'm a very big musician. We really, really touch the hearts and minds of Sierra Leoneans. Then even the writer of we Sierra Leone national anthem, Edward Aka, understand? A big musician. So if we take our first from the inside in there, we will know say yes, music may not dey play. Music na part of Sierra Leone's integral, rich cultural heritage, just like any other country. Because your music, now they depict who you are. The clothes you wear, now they depict who you are. The food where you eat, now they depict who you are. But the music, when a form of communication, I feel it's very much vital. So if we take them from them people in there, then we come up to like them Sabano 75, we come to them, we power them, white them, we come to this guy we sing
Patricia,
Patricia them, you know, and yes, Abukumbo them.
Sule,
So we therefore give them people and they the honor way they deserve because they worked for sustain the music industry.
yeah.
So we play because during that time indeed, then most of the time decide for land the music, not for just sing the music. We like two contracting kind of story or picture, understanding then contrast the idea because now most of the people then just want to sing the music, but they don't want to play the music. But during that time, the people then fed for play the music, try and learn instruments. Come what may, whether big instruments, small instruments, guitar, keyboard, Kongoma, look like Sori Kondi, even Sori Kondi, now another big musician when we don't exist. Understand? One man gang within Kelim, may his soul rest in peace. Understand? They make sure say waiting, then get passion for, then do and then learn unto their fingertip. Yes. So now if we watch a different, but then people then they sustain the Sierra Leone music a lot with we indigenous style. Dr. Olo, another big legend. Understand? Because Dr. Olo, it take we Sierra Leone kind of rich genre of music. We are the Milo jazz. Understand?
Yeah.
It take and say England several times, fly with a lot of musicians. Understand? We even get the honorary degree as a doctor. Understand? Dr. Olo, now somebody who for always salute because now the only Sierra Leone musician we don't be or become a doctor. Understand? With an honorary degree.
Okay. Okay, Obi. Thank you for that. I mean, we'll get plenty of time for go over there and things there. But I just want to make sure, say everybody, you get a fair cut of time.
That's true.
So go quickly to Jada Vizzle.
Yes, sir.
I want to let you tell the audience, the listening audience now, and the thousands of people we get for watch later, because on the side, here people are not used to me doing a broadcast, here like 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. But notwithstanding, I don't see a lot of people get for watch them and get interest in them. But if you can tell me, waiting not the problem with today's industry in a comparative analysis kind of way to back then, waiting not the difference. Do you see any advantages and disadvantages? And what you go say about the now as opposed to the then?
Yeah, basically now and then a lot of things change. But one main thing where I see like totally don't take with music off the pathway it be used for day is the culture. I always say this, and I be don't call a couple of producers them together. I call a couple of artists them try to put like the word across, but like people don't listen. Now, if you go Guinea, for example, you listen to Guinea hip hop, you don't know say this song, now hip hop song, but it sound Guinean. You go Nigeria, you listen to hip hop song there. You know, say this song na hip hop song, but it sound Nigerian. You go South Africa, it's the same. But when you come to Salone, nothing other way that trace for say this na a Salone kind music, because we so don't take we own culture and kick on at the corner side and try to chase somebody else's, because of we see them they make money in their own kind of way by waiting and they do.
So
Now,
you say basically, sorry for interjecting there.
Yeah.
You just want to make sure say I get this right. So then we be sort of more like sticking to we culture.
Stick to we culture.
Okay, as opposed to now we sort of they go away from them.
We don't go away. We don't go away totally.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't go away totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you listen to SAOG, even Kanda Bongo man then sing with OG be don't write and sing before. Other people then they go on YouTube and they see SAOG in song with man then they copy in song, then they sing and then they perform and then they do acoustic version of one. Because it gets a trace. Now all we do is we kill we own self game for go hail another man game. I make we industry for now is that it's just stuck in one particular spot. It's just stuck. We no longer they use we instrument them again. We no longer they do we own kind cultural. The thing that with the actual Salomon the need for leg. We're not just able to leg again because of certain kind of people and just sit on at one corner and say, we need for improve. How you improve? Now what you get, you improvise with her, add something new to her, and you create a new kind of fusion to her. But now it's not like that. First time salon music then I've been really salon music then, and me I always listen to them. I don't even get time for listening to most of the new music then now when they come out, because as soon as I hear and so I hear some kind of Nigeria man, I prefer go listen to Nigeria songs or Ghanaian songs than I listen to nowadays music the way they come out. Because we own music that not even get trace. Anyone we hear, you know, so it's not copy. And you go ask for let we beat somebody at your own game. You go use your own game, add on to them, and try for beat them. But you ask for let beat somebody at your own game. I don't care how they say Dr. Dre sabi play music. I don't care how they say Castorch or Swiss Beats or whatever sabi play music. But the day when Dr. Dre say they can't salon, they can't challenge me for play boo-boo beats in career they done. Because I know say salon boo-boo na my culture. Dr. Dre can never play and pass me. I don't care what you do. I don't care which kind of degree you get. He can never do and pass me. So that one thing and the way nowadays we own musicians, then they fail for realizing we own culture, we own kind of music we get, we for embrace them and forget about other man than you. I'm listening at that the big difference right now from first music to nowadays music. Nowadays music no get no trace of salon. Definitely no trace.
Okay. Let me go to Mr. Lake. So, Mr. Lake, we don't hear you from Jada Vizzle, and I think you make a good point there, including the previous speaker before Mr. Vizzle. Obviously, the industry now seems for the drift away, if I understand the last speaker well, it seems for the drift away from its originality. In other words, instead of with a champion we own custom, we seem for the embrace others. So, and it look like saying as something and they influence this. So touch on this thing for we. Give me a kind of understanding, a kind of bird's eye view on what these issues are, what they make, because you see the nod you had in agreement. So what they make would they deviate away? Yeah, would they deviate away from the path, from embracing we own culture, modernizing it into something we will reflect the time as opposed to moving away from it?
Okay. First of all, I want to thank Jada because what Jada shed light on. That's why making most of the time we can get time for talk. Where the bottom, bro. The whole thing about salon music, because I remember back in the days where Jimmy became, where he tried for like change salon music and structural. Things were really working so perfect and so good. You know, with the Gambia, to be honest with you, Prince, you said no, Gambia man they get party, which music could they play? Now salon music could they play? Them is so eager for a salon music. If Gambia say could they is a Cayman the can Gambia. You know what I mean? There is a Mazuda the can Gambia the turn over. Me, you know, Kaba
Cayman them, yeah.
The man that they make parties and they make after parties in a hosting, they jam pack like hell, you know. Yeah. But when I come for it, to observe, there was this thing that they call Commission of Media or whatever, the Minister Killer Road. Prince, every Australian music, 99.9%.
Premier Media, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Premier something like that.
Yeah, Premier Media. I think Julius Spencer. Julius Spencer.
Those are Julius Spencer. They look at the government and then they monitor all the radio stations and discos them when they play music out. Every country get that commission there.
Wow.
But that commission is dead. It is when they function, bro. Now then they listen and say, Capital Radio, this is Sierra Leone. They can't begin play chat music here. No. If they play chat music, the tax that they give, they look closer, I begin play salon music. But I mean, you know, every music station like Leone Radio, Sky Radio, Radio Democracy, SLBC, man, 24/7, whether salon music being good or bad, then they play them. They get used to you know, say music. The more you play, the more you play, people they listen, then they get information about the music. But when they're not there in place, some of O'Reilly na for this piracy acts, O'Reilly from states, I was still gonna upgone on the sound, they come back. People they stop man they go motorcar and then you know what I mean? But visit from then they'll get the turnaround, but there's no way. And secondly, the artists them, bro, I mean like you, most of them, the attitude that make you see anything in this life, a blessing or day, bro, you need to go before. It no matter what you do. Most of the artists that can talk say like 80% of salon artists, the producers and they help them a lot. Because most of the producers they charge. Somebody can't talk to you like, brother, you look, I saw you for you get compassion for a salon brother. You know, it's smart, the music better and all the profits from that. But then they think on the secondary matter. They waiting once, make this music now go play on a radio. You don't know. That's 2 minutes fame. That's what they're looking for. And also expect the music for growth. You know, piracy acts kind of salon. You know, the function, it's just like a written document they take and put on a cupboard. Fame, go PZ. You as artists, we don't produce CD. Imagine you go big man again for pirate your own song. That's the first country I've seen in my life. You make your song. That driver, they believe that's happy man. What is that, bro? There is no structure. You as an artist, where you don't sign contracts, first of all, you don't get nothing to do with publicity and any other thing. Like your management. But most of them discourage their management, then discourage everybody. So everybody falling hands down the wash now. Why you facing Nigerian music come inside? Because there is nothing to fill in that gap. There is nothing. You know? Okay. So I just feel there's a lot for doing a salon industry. Not so music them bad. Not so we get bad artists them. No. Man, I don't listen to some Nigerian songs and Ghanaian songs and YouTube, man. I said no. I don't believe some of them producing songs and they. You know? We get very good salon music, but salon once you not like we self, we not push yourself, we not care. As Mr. A begin go up small, the best thing you do for kind of stick on that you calm down.
Right.
I'll go for move on with this. In order for help we. Yes. We get talent in a salon, like you get talent in a salon. We just need a structure in a salon. If you think about tourism and culture, this is one of the setbacks of a salon music. That it's okay every side. Countries in the where is tourism? Where you bring tourism in kind of country, it help all the artists and for grow. Because look like Jamaica, why can you somebody talk to salon? With population small, we don't get likes.
I know, right?
If you Jada, the population of 2 million from where Bob Marley then begin, but they are all over the place. It's not about likes. No, go for push yourself on our country. If we not push yourself, there's nowhere to go. And like what you said, Jada, we don't deviate totally from salon music structure. No. Don't deviate. Everybody go sample now. But sample the video, this is song for me. I go down for it. Then they go to brothers. We get with young culture, where people want. They want to listen to different something. You don't go check on YouTube for salon music. You go begin Nigerian man style and Ghanaian man style. It's just like copy.
Because sometimes you just be in your country. You just be in your country. You know some keywords.
We just came with culture totally, bro. We just came with culture totally.
I think you make I think you make several very important points there where I want to touch on and move that same point and the way you make to Obi phrase. Because couple of the key points where I pick up from what you say is organization is lacking. The industry seems for be, you're fragmented. There is no strategy, which the industry is supposed to use for their own good. Like you talk about something very laughable, which is an artist. I mean, imagine an artist making your own song, and then
I'm not cut what I want, Prince.
Yeah,
this was salon industry. What's not this industry? I don't understand. The industry, where's the industry going? This built too big industry.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm coming. This is what I'm coming to, and the question I want to pose to the ambassador, which is about, and that's the point that you make. They call an industry, and when you call an industry, it gets a recipe that which it is made up of, or which is supposed to be. You get your goal orientation, you get your objective, and then you set out, you're now for achieve whatever you set yourself out for achieve. But it doesn't seem to be going that way. So we talk about fragmentation and strategy, for bring this so-called industry together so that the industry will benefit out of your own work them as our other industry, the way you mentioned, like the Jamaican music industry. I mean, they started off the same way, just like our Obi Phrase and Jada Vizzle explained earlier. They struggle, they live in a trench town, they eat pap and porridge, they play football, run around, go swim, go catch fish, and then they come and sing, they organize themselves. Today, they are global, mega stars, millionaires, multi-millionaires. And remember, see that paradigm, they also don't shift from Uzai Bob Marley them in day to now, because some musicians them be very gifted at the time, never make money, but they organize the industry. And the one that will come after, like the one they will be watching at Gambia, imagine that was then, and this is now. They have all become multi-millionaires and very, very global. So I bring this to you, Obi Phrase. I want you to tell me about fragmentation of the industry and what kind of strategy, possibly like you as ambassador will talk about, we go based on formulating the industry in such a sense that they will realize their worth and able to tap into their own gains the way that they make. And they talk about strategy, we will bring them benefits, such as royalty. And I think that these are languages the way you understand.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. For come into this proper, I go on for throw light on what Mimi don't involve in working on. Like one, the Sierra Leone Association of Musicians. When I'm Islam, I was a core member, of which even Jimmy B and the late Pasite, Jean Canabi, and a lot of other musicians I'm part of. But originally, the Sierra Leone Musicians Union, we don't already get what we call the bargaining right. The bargaining right, now only one union forget them, understand, in the Labor Congress framework. And we'll talk about the Labor Congress framework. That's therefore do it directly with ILO, when an International Labor Organization. Where ILO, they work with the Sierra Leone Labor Congress. Then the Sierra Leone Labor Congress, they work with several unions of indigenous Sierra Leoneans based on specific area of interest. Like you get the Traders Union. If you sell cookie, you get cookie union. If you the barb, you get barbers union. Understand? Just for
organize
few examples. But each of them unions, understand, get specific goals, aims, and objectives. With in the profile the Sierra Leone Labor Congress, one, we are therefore register for make ourselves authentic to the Congress. Then at some point, we are therefore they pay on dues to the Congress, because the Congress back therefore they pay back to ILO, when an International Labor Organization. So this now whole structure, understand. But paradoxically, I see a lot of problems in the happen, because one, the Sierra Leone Musicians Union was existential. Then again, the Sierra Leone Association of Musicians understand? Just evolve like that. People then rush candy with other agenda, objectives, then the neighbor for fulfill them, they therefore rush go back to All Star, they therefore rush go back to Jimmy B. You understand? So Sierra Leoneans, we they behave like caricatures. I'm sorry for saying this. That this kind of media. Understand? If we want to do things professionally, well, we know where to deeper, we put our shoulders them to the wind, we do unto the best of our ability. We not for do things halfway and left them. That's not a professionalism. So Sierra Leone music industry lack professionalism. Okay, I break the industry now into smaller pieces. We'll talk about the Sierra Leone music industry. It comprises of the musicians themselves, songwriters, poets, producers, promoters, like then cassette sellers. Then because we may even get cassette sellers association, where I'm even part of that. But for now, we don't know the efficacy of this cassette sellers association because we know say cassette selling died on. Understand? Because of modernization now, a lot of things now to shall we say memory stick through the internet and all the rest of it. So you see, yes, high tech. Yeah. So now for bring all them various facets and they together, harmonize them, that mean a daunting task. So what do we look into during those days? We say, okay, well, now we need to forgive the musicians and the entire music industry value, first of all, because if you don't know yourself, you're not able to harness yourself, your resources. So we begin for trace, say, waiting at the legacy that was left for make Sierra Leone music and music industry grow. We know say one at the Sierra Leone Musicians Union, we get the bargaining rights. Understand? We be to see all them small unions there for be affiliate unions to the Sierra Leone Musicians Union. And so it will be. Understand? Two, we will get the Intellectual Property Rights Act na Parliament. Women they in existence. Understand? Yeah. So we try to see how we revisit that. Because not of us say no mean deal like we I just want for correct lake. We say the intellectual property rights camp, world dance. I mean, they all rally then day. Understand? I mean on day. Now rally day now for amend them. And we go through one politician we made in a parliament. I'm a former honorable for the fauna. Understand? Now we pass through for me push that notion they become a bill, then be fed for, you know. So it come up big time in the parliament. Then revisit them in a very, you know, positive way. But the only side we me left for really revisit now the compensation. The compensation was then in pounds. Understand? When I mean small money, if somebody pirates somebody in music, not only music, you know, just be limited to music industry. They even go to writers them of books, you know, and all the rest of it. So I mean, it me wide. But the musicians may get a very strong stake in that. So the compensation now with the Fed now for make them revisit for bring and come to modern day standard equivalent. Understand? We're still not a problem. Still not a problem. Yes. Okay. So that's not able to achieve that because of the same fragmentation we talk about. Because the Sierra Leone Musicians Union there and we get the bargaining right. Slam go form, All Star form, Kisi Artist Union form, Waterloo Artist Union form. Nobody know how to listen to nobody. At the end of the day, we not get one vote who they sit down into for make one decision we go affect.
Okay, Mr. Fraser. Let I take this over to Mr. Vizzle. At the end of the day, we not get one vote where we sit down because there is a union here, there is a union there, inside the one green union. What is wrong? Because from all waiting he explained, it seems like obviously there was an organization before, but things have moved on. And especially, you know, here from analog to digital, that's heavy. That's a new field altogether, but it not mean say the industry itself cannot adapt. And when they talk about organization, so the organization was there. The organization we just need for transform. So what thing go wrong, and how can we, you know, yeah, bend this corner for make this industry become viable and live up to the expectation of the artists, of some of the 80% artists the way Timberlake or Mr. Lake talk about Ali, when are good people and they listen to them and produce them. What thing go wrong, and how can we rectify this? Jada Vizzle?
Well, I have beaucoup for say on this topic because it's so, if I can say, critical, and to a point wherein, if I mistake, say like a slight, if I mistake go like off a little bit, like some people might be offended. But no matter how I say, I'm not letting nobody feel offended because this not the truth, right? For me, as a okay, let's start now. I started Forensic Record as an artist. I grew up for the music. Then I begin learn the music business. Me now maybe they go stamp Baja and a class, then cassette sleeves, then Bauer Society, then cassette sleeves and super sounds, and maybe they go sign now the book to Didi Abu and Chairman Jibo. Then maybe they go sign almost cassette sales, almost money kind side, I sign. Say yes, I see this sales, now this and the record, I sign on behalf of Forensic Records. And I even think say Baja they even be no conscious of that or they be know of that. And maybe they go stamp and maybe they go sign for it, right? Now, the reason being that we just talking at this place is that the people that were not the leaders that they done it before, where them be say then are the chairman, then are the head man, then are the presidents, then refuse to accept say we for make an evolution, like everything they evolve, life na evolution, everything they evolve. We got to accept say we got to move to the next phase. We're moving to digital stage now, right? Right from there, when are the elder there, when for that accept, okay, let's begin allow the young one there, we get the fresh brain, let themselves begin stepping. We not going to be leader forever. Some people them is scared, say they go lose them fame, or they go lose them points, or they go lose them stance, or they go lose them position if they accept, right? Now, CSA. Now, I get control over all the cassette sales with super sounds, right? If we move into a digital stage, CSN and them for don't be the first people that they create a website where every salon artist they post their song for sale, and then they get royalties through CSC. That's a major stand. But some people then think and say, no, if we begin to adjust now, me not sabi electronics. Now and they're not going to make, I'm not going to eat money for the 84. Now the first blunder that the first way ever happen. First blunder than the ever. Then two comes to the one that way then at the top, like the producers, the this, the that, they not ever give chance for the upcoming one day where they really see say they get talent for give them a try. That not still means say they lose your name. It's not going to change nothing for you. But give that young man a try and let we help for building at the same one industry. Come to the one that would then at the artist union there. You don't know GDB say na my way. Now you can't change like the new face of salon music. No matter what's happening, GDB can't change it. Yes, other artists and other big man and done before organizers there. We know Kingfisher. We know this. We know that. If all the man and Steady Bongo they all come together and form a union, now the best thing and if other people like okay, we now go make Waterloo Artist Union, it's fine. We now go make Kisigo Artist Union, that's for our community. But I believe say all them other association in the or organization in the, then for don't select one head person where could they represent them now the big overall union like with Islam. I don't know whatever na be the arrangements with it. I don't know how they set up, but I believe that down the set up we don't look into. Because if you as the head organization, you see that around they don't come together, all you need to do, get a representative each from all the other side in the, so you get control as a head.
Okay.
Over everything. But because of Mina Slam, Mina Jinibi, Mina Steady Bongo, now we for make the decision. And it's whether one and they say, no, you need to work through. Nowadays, everybody want to do waiting and feel rights for them.
So you say now a matter of status, the bigger an artist
fine,
or sees it,
fine,
if you say now for call the shot, yeah?
Fine, exactly. Because of now me make slam, I mean at the head of slam, I mean for go see president, I mean for talk to president, I mean for do this, but you know they work so.
Okay.
And for them, she say, okay, Kisi go there say don't make artist union. Okay, look call them president. Let's have can be representative.
Yes, organization.
McKenny don't get artist union. No, we call a president or let them call one representative for them. But nothing say they ever do so. And just gather all the big heads there. Then the one makes decision on waiting the younger one and they come for do. And the younger one and let's get their own motivation and get their own aim. They don't want to follow the old trend we been on the day.
So hence this they help for fragment or disintegrate.
All that they help. All that they help.
Okay, let me take this to Mr. Lake. Mr. Lake, you hear your friend Mr. Fizu. So I see again you the nod you heard, which imply you are in agreement with waiting they say. So therefore, these are the problems. So let me talk solutions now. Do you have any optimism for the industry? And if so, you go probably want advice on how or the way how you see the future. What you think say need for happen for that all the thing and way Obi Phrase and Jada Vizzle don't explain, because they give you an outline of what the problem is. And Jada Vizzle just lay the case bare. If you not being attorney, then put the case before you, so you left no more now for let you go win the case, which is we understand what the problem is, and the problem look more of seniority, it look more of like ego, you know, yeah, the bigger it starts itself, you know, the more it help for destroy the industry and not making the industry. And there is a necessity for let there be an industry. Waiting at the solution, Joe, going forward.
Yeah, Prince, waiting Jada talk, I don't need to talk a lot because it don't emphasize most of the points then, because it's not like we all try to build up on one thing. We're not going to forget scattered plan. First of all, one of the things the way I don't understand about Sierra Leone, this world again talk, being a big artist, being a small artist, you don't draw a big line. There is no talent that is big than another man's talent. You have to respect. That's what they call respect. If whether you're big or you're small, if you count respect in between two people, it'll work very well. Another salon, so disgruntled. What are them big artists? They're waiting on you for week. When you say you as a big artist, first of all, waiting the class as a big artist, the only person who will say now big artist in a salon, not like Jimmy B, and they like you. We need to do is a producer. At the same time, it comes with a different mindset where a lot of artists in a salon. We make salon music, it been exposed so much that if we follow that trend day, not because of selfishness, if we don't grow big, we don't be able to Nigerian music in a salon. In those days, you know, most of them guys that they retire, you never blame them, they retire because of that's when they call simple respect something there. Some people then turn them back against them, where they not be even know the what entail inside music. What this person don't spend, this person a businessman, not a free will he can't do for you. You buy a machine there, again, a lot of things where we spend money for. Then at the end of the day, you artists, you expect that money, for instance, the proceeds from the CD, the total thing can hits the chart. But even the America what they talk about so, if you find out, let's make an example like Dr. Dre. It take 50 Cent. 50 Cent, this in album in the club, it hits the wall, bam! You know how much they give 50 Cent? $1 million. People then try for incite her. I tell them, no. I won't do that. That man puts me in Slim Shit and he puts me to the limelight. He left to me now for like push myself. When this not a problem, what you saying a big artist? I want to ask a question. How many big artists don't push the small artists then come up? Then they fear. I don't know in a studio, small artists go ask big one say, bro, I want to just take a small hook for me. Then they do them. They say they want to come down this time. Jada, you know what they talk. They say they come down. But this is not it. People like Snoop Doggy Dogg, Willie Bob them come out, and the future of a big man. They're small boy, the promoter, they push the bubble, they see you as the big one. Say, this is not a big artist. What is a big artist?
What do you think? Say not the problem where we own big artists, if you like, not see them that way. They say now so this thing can be for somebody up waiting at the bottom of the ladder, a smaller one come and defend.
I mean, I don't know.
Sporting talent and promoter.
I need to call names here because that's not what we're here for. But there are a lot of groups in Sierra Leone they don't excel. They get bobo the way they under the way they are very, very good talents there. Most of them, what they don't know, them groups in more than 10, 15 years, bro. They're not even produced one album for nobody. Most of them come out there and the number for shine. But I mean, everybody got a time limit. If you do something willingly, nobody they under you so. Where you don't spark, it don't make your name. The best thing you can do, begin push your body out. Now you sell yourself so bad, big time. But one of the things is so lack when somebody calls themselves a big artist, are they this clique, I know this group. But what have you done for the people in the society? Nothing, absolutely. It's just like pushing yourself, get a pocket money, and everybody should see you blazing. You need to work like that.
What have you done for these people? I want to take that question, here to Obi Phrase. Ladies and gentlemen, just for remind Una, this now the then and now, and we get a very special program. And I want for let Una know, say this program get for be a special feature on the then and now going forward, and it'll be hosted by the man we are just pinpoint right now the camera lens right now, and he's none other than Mr. Lake, Mr. Joseph Lake Kingsley. He will be the regular producer of this particular program, and this program is really, really important because as a people, as a nation, we need for go soul searching, and a part of an hour they do so. We talk about something we're very intrinsic to we value, to we tradition, to we culture. We know so if we talk a little bit of politics here today, we don't see the inflow, but it can't just be about politics. So back again, I just want to let family know say I talk to three heavy people inside the Sierra Leone music industry. We understand the industry then and now, and then Mr. Lake, and then Mr. Obi Phrase, and then Jada Vizzle. These three, when I say heavy, I mean they're heavy. Their portfolios are heavy. One of them is an ambassador accredited to Europe, not just by anyone, but by the government of Sierra Leone. Another one is a producer and a musician and a songwriter. Another one has a studio where he encourages young people to come and can record. So these three people put together, I mean, they can make such much of a difference now we country and to we musician them. So as we lament the plight of an industry, I want to take this question to Mr. Obi Phrase. Obi, here is the thing. From what you really understand, I mean, we already don't paint a clear picture about the industry, and I think say we try for find a way going forward. Because myself, they understand a lot going, just talking to you guys. And I believe so now they reveal some stories the way the audience themselves, they understand. So if we get such a problem, I guess one of the things then when you are interested in is about information out there, educating people on what the industry is. How about making the industry more proactive or people within the industry become more proactive? How about training? How about talking about ethics and professionalism and things like that that can inculcate them fiber and they inside the people so that they go understand the weight of the industry, the pride with the inside the industry, just like how we begin the program. I think now Lake or you or one of una anyway, we talk about the Nigerian industry. Yeah, and Mr. Lake talk about when you want to play music, then people and they ask for salon music, which is readily available now, either in Nigerian music, we're heavily popular. And sometimes some of those songs are sung by a Sierra Leonean artist, but it get a flavor of Nigerian, sort of beat where I think saying a fella, Anikula Pokuti, we don't make them popular, and the rest of it. But then, they hear your own real flavor, like you mentioned, Janke Nabe or the guy we make Bubu, for example.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, such a brilliant guy, such a mighty guy, because Bubu is ours. Tell me a little bit more about this and how we can transform this industry, because this is going to be a regular feature now there. And this is what we'll be talking about. And Mr. Lake understand the industry. And I'm sure say he will able to drive the message home. But in the meantime, tell me more, please.
Well, in the actual fact, Salone people as a whole, we get one problem. When a PhD syndrome pull him down, would they pull himself down a lot? I feel say that spill over to the music industry. We see ourselves as competitors so much that we don't see ourselves as missionaries for transform the music industry to a greater level. By that I mean Nigerians, when they support themselves, Nigerians, they not grab the Congolese sukus and make on their own, but then look their own, then look what they get from fella. Won't take fella as the springboard. They make fella international. Then take fella, then dress fella, then laugh fella, then cook fella, and they make fella international. We just need for look one of the icons in Sierra Leone and begin for emulator to the fullest. So the problem of PhD boils down to the problem of competitiveness among ourselves. Instead of we always self for go up. The one we don't day up the ladder, no one for make anybody claim the ladder again. You don't mind he kick the ladder safe. So nobody know reach him. So always it go then and I say yes, now me there any time we talk about who that day up, I'm for the up. When I bad culture, where we for change. Coming into the structure of the Sierra Leone's music business, that's not a big sickness also. Understand? People that will feel say, now them, now their name no more for, now they don't occupy the big seats, now them unions and they will make the team don't be stagnated. Like somebody they talk about why Jimmy B, Steady Bongo, other big names them no will come out right now. And yes, they're all there at the Sierra Leone Musicians Union. They're all in a slam. And right now, there's a forum world day for rekindle the Sierra Leone Musicians Union again. But if you watch, the people that we all the portfolio of the Sierra Leone Musicians Union, we even right now fragmented in a way that we get sect where they meet now National Blind School, we get another sect where they meet na Labour Congress. Understand? So you see, say there is infighting. Understand? So waiting we really for do for make sure say we overcome then we petish problem there. Now for come together on a common platform, we get good press conference, we orient ourselves because people then lost the navigator because we don't know how we go. We don't know how we go. So therefore conscientize people as to whose side we want for go and how we can go there. We're not able to go there alone, we therefore go there together. Now the thing is, understand, each one help one. Each one make sure say, yes, we move forward. Because if you watch most of the musicians they right now, when they go for go perform on stage, you see them with big American jean, understand? Put and down and waist, one for dress Western style for go represent Sierra Leone. You forget about you Gara, you forget about your country clothes, you forget. You see,
so I'll ask you one important question. I mean, you raise a very good point, but before I lose that thought then in my mind, forgive me for interjecting. So an artist turn up, and because a kind of a Western, not only reflects of the people I mean, what the way out the people want for Siam, or not now the kind influence than they today. So therefore, the artist himself or herself have to be a reflection of waiting the trend na the market. Or are you saying that this is correct. Now, true, now in the trend, so the artist dress as such, but it not necessarily need for dress as such, because if you want to promote your own culture, you need for stick to, you know, yeah, the dress code and the rest of it where they show within your culture. If you understand
Yes, yes. Are they of the same kind of idea that the kind of music where you play, you attire for depict them.
Yeah,
the kind of culture where you represent, you attire for represent them also, because we want to represent the Sierra Leone culture. Because waiting make you see, say we dey out na Europe here, they fly the Sierra Leone flag, understand? They talk about Sierra Leone, all we want to represent the country. But me no go all green white flag with a Nigerian flag. I go dress in Nigeria Agbada or Ghana Kente. I say they represent Sierra Leone. No, that's not Sierra Leone.
Okay.
They even misrepresent Sierra Leone, and they create more confusion at the minds of a lot of people the way they watch. So you get for make sure say your music what they do, they in line with your attire, where that's therefore deal with stage ethics. Understand how you communicate, how you stage kind of appearance, maybe you rapport with your audience, and not only the audience, but from your management team, the respect, you know, understanding, and for able for the share ideas. Someone else you don't sing one music way, then play na Waterloo, we no cross even Cambia. If you say a big pass in manager or a big pass the engineer. So that's not a problem. Understand? Like I will cite Sierra Leone refugee all-stars, where I even play with na Europe, I play with them a lot na Sierra Leone, understand? Because most of the bands them, they under me. I set up the Sierra Leone Reggae Union, and me the head of the 50th Independence Anniversary Social and Entertainment Committee, where me they in charge of all the bands na the Beach Fiesta. Understand? So most of the bands na Sierra Leone, I know them, and they know me, and would work. But if you see refugee stars come, and that the entire world, then waka, at the entire world, then spread Sierra Leone big. Understand? So we for don't able for use them kind channel then they. Refugee stars for get something like foundation for train other people. They just take away somebody talk just now. When you come up, find other people that they train for make themselves big. You know, you just come up no more, you left it, then you know get people that you mentor. So all learning in a problem. Understand? But we get in those, we get in two sides. Some man, because of waiting people that we don't do to right, they fear. Understand? Some man just get in your way. But the Leone, we get problem, and then problem there will be only solve one way we come under a normal platform, common platform, and educate ourselves.
Okay. I can take this question to Joseph before I go to Mr. Lake, before I go to Fizu. Joe, will you, if you were on stage today, go sing Salon song, will you feel comfortable, you know, you're dressing in Agbada or some kind cultural garb for going on stage for go sing a Salon song? Do you think that would you be comfortable for wearing? Two, do you think that the audience where you go sing to will be receptive to you just from you attire? Waiting are you take on this particular line of thoughts, please?
Prince, maybe you would they out here, but let's face the facts. Most time, like when you can get African stuffs, them African programs, them African festivals here.
Yeah.
Waiting the Western mandate. Now we call. Let's be factual. Most of them they go and they buy African cultures, then African dress, African them things where they make like carvings them, then crave for them at one time. The whole problem with Sierra Leoneans in West Africa, we are not even proud of our culture. It's no go area, bro. We're not even proud of our culture. Me, you give me attire. There are so many ways we can make salon attire look like Western attire. So if that's what you want, you make a like shirts, you make the choices like straight skirts, any kind of design left or the tailor what you want for tailor. But it represents Sierra Leone. Maybe you go buy Brian. I can buy Brian. Then zigzag a nice one for me. Get me cap, everything. You look good, man. What's the difference? You can teach someone the same shirt style you want. If I make a vest, and make a vest. But the whole problem is we're not proud of our culture, Prince. Honestly. Salomon not proud of his culture.
Okay.
If you put expensive salon dress now, you put polo with the right Nike pass, swear Salomon will take the Nike.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Lake, this is the broader point that they try for me. I can understand who side the ambassador they come out. The ambassador, of course, that is his responsibility, and it makes absolute sense because you have to be proud, first of all, for embrace who you are. Other than that, you're never comfortable trying to be somebody else. And this nine are the problem. So one promote we culture to another level, but you know what? Accept waiting there around your culture, for tie you culture around your neck, for where you jigger around your neck or you culture around your neck. Then there is a problem. Let me take this to Jada Vizzle. Jada, the same question I asked Joe. Will you be comfortable for I mean, you're an artist, you the sing, and you happen to forget a stage na forget about Western world stuff back home, okay?
Yeah.
The notion of with people don't change. Just like how Mr. Lake say, if you put a Nike t-shirt now, you put one country close now the Nike one and they go. Will you feel comfortable wearing an African garb for go perform in front of a crowd? Do you think you African clothes, your African culture clothes for go sing to an audience, will you feel comfortable? Do you think you will be appreciated by that crowd just from your garb, but not so you sing here to you close where you wear?
200% sure. First of all, me first I like for stand out different. I don't like for do it to other people that they do. Me are 200% comfortable for wear African costume for perform. And when I go on stage, I not about what I wear. If you want, you like what I wear, and me delivery I care about. So African clothes, me are very, very, very comfortable for wear African clothes and perform. That's it. Point blank. I don't get no pushback, no nothing. I'm very comfortable with that.
So despite Jada, despite the perception of the people, you are saying you not get problem with that, and you get a responsibility for change the mindset, because I think that's the broader objective here.
Exactly.
How for embrace with culture, so we all get responsibility. Thank you very much. Coming back to Mr. Obi Freeze. Obi, this must be a Herculean task for you. The challenges are many, just from which you explained, and you've been in the industry for like years and years, and are everyday kind of challenges for you. What do you go say to them challenges there? Do you bear any optimism? Say, probably in the end, it is worth it, and not so before you phase out. And they talk about during your time of being very active. You see any optimism that things will change? That the things the way you aspire for within the industry, they will come to pass, even not all of them, but at least some of them?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm very much optimistic because where the message spread over and over, I believe say the followers then they increase. Like right now, I feel proud of you with your country close, because we talk about Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much.
You see what's in at the background. You put the green, white, and blue because we are talking about Sierra Leone. Let's be realistic. Understand? Then you say everyone knows that Sierra Leone they talk about. I just spend me own small, bada, because now so we for change the synergy. So you therefore be the change where you want to see. That is very, very important. Because waiting now the obstacle now the acculturation, we don't lead to the culture shock.